Hey, this your boy Digger Belly. Welcome back to the channel. And this is kind of a part 2 to the last video I uploaded. This actually takes place in North Carolina, my home state, which is kind of interesting because I didn't know this type of stuff was getting pushed into schools. None of my family from back home or anybody speaks on it, so I didn't think it was that much of a problem, but apparently it is. And she's going to go into more detail about these books that's getting pushed on junior high and high school kids. That's completely inappropriate, man. Me as an adult would feel some type of way just reading these type of things, but I ain't gonna do too much talking. I'll let her explain everything you need to know. Let's get into it.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I am a lifelong North Carolinian. I've been in Wake County for most of my life and received my middle and high school education right here in Wake County Public Schools. I'm here today to express my concern about the priority of academic advancement and our need to invest more resources in the right places and less in the wrong places. This particular book is called Queer, the Ultimate LGBTQ Guide for Teens, and is in high schools throughout Wake County. I'll read some of it for you. Just as there are many different types of relationships, there are a gazillion ways to have sex. Not all gay men have anal sex, nor do all lesbians like oral sex. Not all trans guys wear dildos. It's a rainbow, darling. You'll need to figure out for yourself what you like at some point. Have patience with yourself and get plenty of practice to enjoy sex. Don't worry, very few people will turn down the opportunity for more practice. It talks about touching and rubbing. Genital stimulation can come from any part of the body. You can use your hand or hips or feet.
Oh, I don't mean to cut it off at all, but this stuff is pretty graphic and detailed in what she's saying. So if you got like some kids in the room or just anybody that you feel like shouldn't be hearing this type of stuff, I would definitely pause the video or something, or just remove them from the room, because she goes into some pretty graphic details.
Or you can rub your private parts on someone's thigh, arm, genitals, butt, and ankles. You may stroke his penis,
Just a note, I've never done it and never heard anybody else rubbing their private parts on anybody's ankle. Just want to put that out there.
Fingers into his anus, or insert fingers into her vagina. It goes on to talk about anal sex. This can involve penetration with the penis, fingers, or a sex toy. For care of the sex toy, it talks about the anus has lots of bacteria. When spread elsewhere, it can cause problems. If you're going to use a sex toy for anal penetration, be sure to use one that is silicone, as long as it doesn't have electrical components. Just boil it for 5 minutes and run it through the dishwasher.
What? They're teaching kids this? I don't even understand how it's prevalent to put something in a dishwasher that you're putting inside your body, man. Pretty disgusting. Nasty work.
Penetrating the anus with a foreign object like food can be dangerous. Can be dangerous. So don't think about it, even if it seems like a good idea at the time. Exploration is a big part of sex. You might find that you're into some weird stuff. Although if you only knew how many people were into weird stuff, you'd realize it's not so weird. Some people like to role play, dress up like animals, tie each other up, wear leather and high heels. Hey, whatever makes your toes tingle. There's no reason to be judgmental about consensual sex. It also goes on to talk about monogamy. That some people like to be with one partner, some like to have others. Either option is okay. I think it's easy to see that this book is of concern. This book is not informational, it's instructional. It's an all-out endorsement and encouragement and playbook on how to discover the rainbow. In other words, to be promiscuous. This book sends the readers, which in our context are teenagers, on a journey to be promiscuous and to explore all kinds of sex. And let's face it, we're talking about teens. If they're exploring their sexuality in such a intense way, they're not studying. They're not preparing for their futures. Let me ask you a familiar question. Is this for a grade? Will this be on the SAT or the PSAT or college entrance exams? Let's go back to being a school.
Facts. And God bless this woman for getting up there speaking too. This stuff is crazy, man. This stuff is absolute crazy. To try to force this stuff in public schools, what about education? You got a lot of these kids that can't read and write at their grade level, at their age level. Literally, they can't do simple math. I don't know how many times I go to a fast food restaurant now and teenagers actually can't even count correct change. It's pretty disturbing, man. And what they'll say is, oh, these kids are old enough to understand this and that. Well, the human brain doesn't fully develop to 25. This is known facts. So even still in high school, they're still impressionable. Like, this stuff is crazy what they pushing on kids and stuff, and it comes from a place of degeneracy. Like, literally, this type of stuff who's interested in this stuff being pushed on kids? That's the real question, is whose ideas and thoughts, sick thoughts like this, are being instituted on kids? Where's it coming from? It's coming from the levels of power, the ones who make these laws and these rules and stuff. So you got to understand, man, the people that y'all are electing and voting into these high positions of power are weirdos, man. They're degenerates. Otherwise, none of this stuff would be getting pushed. I remember America where your sexual life was your private life. Like, it was private. Only people knew what you was doing in the bedroom was who you were doing it with. Can we please get back to that? Because I personally don't care what nobody is doing in their private life or their sex life. Like, this stuff is evil, man. Straight up evil, man. Let's get back to a good place, man. Y'all seen it like I seen it? God bless this woman for speaking, and everybody else who speak out against this type of stuff, man. We gotta protect the kids. Y'all seen it like I seen it. I'm out.